Like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast show. Link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who can bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GGB Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have yourself to blame, y'all. Cricket TV and a weapons make you suckers cry. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop until you get your mouth off LDBC. We are the underground outfit, y'all. We built this whole thing by ourselves, no in y'all. Independent stuff with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yup, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
All right, you guys. So salute everybody tapping on in. Y'all press one if y'all can hear me in the comments. Appreciate everybody that's gonna be in the chat room today, man. Y'all press one if you guys can hear me in the comment section. Got a mic check 1 2 1 2. And we salute to everybody that has purchased the album so far, man. Like I said, a lot of you guys been asking about the 8 Weapons album. The guy who was on our intros. The album is for sale in the merchandise store. All you gotta do is click that link I pinned at the top of the live chat room, and it's in the description box below this video. So make sure y'all do that. Salute to everybody who supports, everybody who's showing love, everybody who's locked in. And let's get to the funk. Now, Sean P. Diddy Combs is back in the headlines this morning. And the reason why he's back in the headline this morning is because he is now demanding that he be freed from the Metropolitan Detention Center. He wants another crack at bail from the judge armed submarinian. Now, I'll put a link to this article in the description box below this video. Y'all smash the like button, share, and subscribe as y'all come on in, and I'll read right from the article. So today, Sean Diddy Combs, through his legal team, filed a new motion requesting bail as he awaits his sentencing following his federal trial. The hip-hop mogul was acquitted of the most serious charges of racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking, but convicted on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, each carrying a maximum sentence of 10 years. Combs has been detained at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn since his arrest in September 2024, and his latest bid for release comes after multiple unsuccessful attempts to secure bail before and during his trial. Combs' trial, which spanned nearly 2 months, drew significant attention due to his status as a prominent figure in the hip-hop and entertainment. Prosecutors accused Diddy of orchestrating a criminal enterprise involving coercion, violence, and sexual misconduct, with allegations spanning from decades. The jury, after 13 hours of deliberation, delivered a mixed verdict on July 2nd, 2025, finding him guilty on transporting his former girlfriends, Cassie Ventura and anonymous Jane Doe, for prostitution-related activities, but clearing him of the more severe charges that could have led to a life sentence. Despite the acquittals, Judge Armed Submarinian denied Diddy's bail request post-verdict, citing his history of violence as a key factor. In the latest motion filed by Diddy's defense team, led by attorney Mark Anglifo, it argues that the acquittal on the most serious charges significantly alters the legal landscape, warranting his release on bail pending sentencing, which is scheduled on October 3rd, 2025. Though the defense has requested an expedited date, the motion proposes a $1 million bond, co-signed by Combs, his mother Janice, his sister, and the mother of his oldest daughter, along with the conditions such as travel restrictions to Florida, California, New York, and New Jersey, surrendering his passport, and regular drug testing. The defense emphasized Diddy's compliance as a model prisoner during his nearly 10-month detention and his participation in a batterers program at the Urban Resource Institute before his arrest as evident of his commitment to reform. They argue that Diddy poses zero flight risk, noting that his private jet is currently chartered in Hawaii, and highlighted that his family responsibilities, including the loss of the mother of some of his children, Kim Porter, leaving them without a parent if he remains detained. He's been given his life back, Mark Anglifo stated, underscoring the reduced risk of a lengthy sentence following the acquittals. Prosecutors, led by former U.S. Attorney Maureen Comey, have constantly and consistently opposed Diddy's release, arguing that he remains at a danger to the community. They point to trial evidence, including testimony from Cassie and Jane, who described physical abuse and coercion, as well as a 2016 video showing Diddy's violent behavior. Comey has described Diddy as an extremely violent man with an extraordinary dangerous temper who has shown no remorse for his actions. The prosecution also cites an incident in June of 2024 where Diddy allegedly assaulted Jane Doe while under federal investigation as evidence of his ongoing threat. They also argue that his wealth and influence increased the risk of witness tampering or flight, and federal law under the Mann Act classifies his convictions as a crime of violence, mandating detention unless exceptional circumstances are proven. I want to go back to that line right there. And I want to talk about that line and what the prosecution said, because that line told me something. And the line is this. It says that the prosecution's arguing that Diddy's wealth and influence increased the risk of witness tampering. What do you mean witness tampering? The case is over with. Witness tampering. What do you mean? Do they have another case they're working on this guy? Why would there still be witness tampering in this filing if the case is all over with? He's already been to trial. Let me read that line again. The prosecution is arguing that his wealth and influence increased the risk of witness tampering or flight. Witness tampering. See, there was rumors that they are coming with more charges against Diddy. That's what the rumors were, right? Two people said it that we heard of. We heard Lil Rod say it. We heard Gene Deal say it. But wow, how could there be witness tampering if the case is over with? He's already going to be sentenced. That part, it would make me think if I was Diddy's team. Judge Submaranian, who has denied Combs' bail request 3 times prior to the trial, reiterated in his July 2nd ruling that Combs failed to demonstrate by clear and convincing evidence that he poses no danger. The judge referenced the defense's own admission during the trial that Diddy engaged in domestic violence, stating, "We own the domestic violence. It happened." Submaranian also noted that Combs' violent behavior persisted even after he became aware of the federal investigation, reinforcing the decision to keep him detained. The new motion will likely face scrutiny under the same legal standard, with the judge weighing whether the partial acquittal and proposed bail conditions sufficiently mitigated concerns about Combs' potential danger or risk of flight risk. The bail motion has sparked varied reactions. Combs' family, including his mother and sons, have been vocal supporters, attending court hearings and expressing relief at his acquittal on the top charges. Outside the courthouse, supporters celebrated the verdict, though some critics view the outcome as a failure to fully hold Combs accountable. Victims' rights attorney Gloria Allred expressed concern about the possibility of Combs' release, noting the fear among witnesses who testified against him. Harisha Hatch of the Ultraviolet called the verdict a stain on the criminal justice system that for decades has failed to hold abusers like Diddy accountable, reflected a broader disappointment among advocates for sexual survivors. Cassie Ventura's attorney, Doug Wigner, submitted a letter opposing bail, arguing that Combs poses a threat to witnesses, including Cassie, who was pregnant during her testimony. Former stylist Deontay Nash also urged the judge to prioritize victim safety, citing Combs' alleged ongoing danger. Meanwhile, Combs' defense team has framed the acquittals as a vindication, with attorney Nicole Westmoreland praising Diddy for exercising his constitutional right to trial. He battled for his freedom, and he did it, she said. A remote hearing is scheduled for August the 5th, 2025 at 2 o'clock p.m. to discuss the sentencing schedule, with the defense pushing for an earlier date to expedite the process. Prosecutors are seeking a sentence of 51 to 63 months, while the defense argues for a term of 21 to 27 months, citing Combs' time served and first time offender status. Legal experts such as CBS News contributor Jessica Livingston suggested sentences are unlikely to approach the 20-year maximum given judicial discretion and sentencing guidelines. As Combs awaits the court's decision on his bail, the case continues to draw intense public interest, raising questions about accountability, celebrity influence, and the justice system's handling of high-profile figures. The outcome of the bail hearing and sentencing will likely shape Combs' future and the broader narrative surrounding his legacy in hip hop. Let's talk about this real quick. Y'all smash the like button and share this video as y'all come on in here. Again, like and share this video. This is what I'm telling y'all right now, how I feel. I don't care what the judge say. I don't care what nobody say. If Diddy gets denied bail again, let me. I want to say this to everybody listening to this, right? If the judge denies Diddy bail again, it's telling me one of two things, right? And I'm gonna tell y'all what I think. If he gives him bail, if he denies Diddy bail again, it tells me that either they got something on coming for Diddy between now and his time for sentencing, meaning that there's another more charges coming forward, that they're just gonna hold him and not even let him roll on and hold him and drop these other charges on him coming up, or they plan on hitting this dude with some time and then he ain't not getting out till he do that time. Whether it's 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, however, whatever they're gonna do, he gonna do some time. If they let him walk on bail, he's probably gonna walk out in sentencing with probation, some of that extent. Very low. Time served, something like that. As this to me, him filing for bail again right now, after he already been denied bail at the trial, he could have just waited 3 or 4 months to get out if he was gonna get out. But him now coming back again saying, "No, I want bail now." To me, it's going to show everything. It's going to show the government's hand, because the government's been very quiet. The government has been very quiet. And I'm going to tell y'all something. I think they're angry about that lady getting fired. And I don't even think she had anything to do with this case, her getting fired. I think that had something to do with something completely different. Maureen Coney getting fired. I don't think it had anything to do with the Diddy outcome. I think that had something to do with Trump and his situation. But this situation right here, I think that the fact that she was fired, the fact that, and here's the reason why I say this, because I know people are going to say, "Oh man, you hoping that?" No. I'm telling y'all what the real is. When the feds want you, they never stop coming. All you got to do is look at the history of the federal government. This is not something that I'm making up. This is something you can research. When the feds want you, they will continue to come at you. If they did it to John Gotti 4 times, 4 times, this is all I'm saying to y'all, man. So that's why I'm telling y'all, this bail is going to let me know everything that's coming up, whether if it gets rejected or whether it gets accepted. So we're going to see. We're going to see if the judge, because the judge is going to say, "Oh, well, the bail has nothing to do with how I feel about the sentencing guidelines." No, why are you going to hold him in jail for just a couple more months just to release him? And October or August. Makes no sense whatsoever. The judge will have to, that would make no sense that you saying in 1 or 2 months, you think that that's going to change the whole landscape. No, that means y'all know something that we don't know. That means they secretly, in my opinion, working on something, and they just making sure they hold this guy down so he don't get out of there when they drop this other stuff that they got coming. Remember, I say this again, and this is the part people, I think a lot of people forget, and that when we talk about this, the judge seen stuff in the case files that never made it to court that we seen, stuff that he voted in Diddy's favor that left out of this trial. A lot of people were saying, hey, man, everybody was saying this, everybody was saying that. Bro, a lot of that stuff that was in that pretrial filing, the judge left out at the end. He only went to the things that was within this time frame and within the quorums of this particular case. The judge didn't allow the other stuff that they was going to allow, that they submitted. If you read the pre-trial paperwork, you know what you were talking about. The pre-trial paperwork say all of that stuff. See what I'm saying? But what happens is that when they get motions and you get things struck down, Diddy's lawyers were good because they got a lot of stuff that was held out of the trial that could have really damaged Diddy a lot more. So Diddy's lawyers did a great job at doing that. I can't lie. You understand what's going on? That's why the judge at the sentencing, the first time after Diddy got acquitted, the judge says, hey, man, you was in this thing and they didn't. I held that out. The jury didn't even hear that evidence. So that lets you know right there. A lot of people was upset with the judge saying, oh, why did you leave all this stuff out? But the judge was trying to be fair. People trying to say the judge was unfair. Realistically, the judge was very fair. All that shit that was in the pretrial filings that judge left out of this case. Now, here's the thing. Being that they left some of that stuff out could leave the door open for the feds to say, you know what, we're going to come back and charge him with that. Because that wasn't in this case. We don't know if that's going on or not. That's what I'm telling y'all. To me, this bail, if the judge gives Diddy bail, I think he not going back to jail. He not going to no prison. He gonna get probation, slap on the wrist, minimum time served, and then he'll have probation for the rest. I believe if he gets this bail. If he doesn't get this bail, they're not gonna not give him bail just to say, hey man, in 1.5, 2 months, you're gonna be free. That to me, they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna say, we're holding you because you're a danger, but then we're gonna let you out in a couple weeks. It's not gonna happen. And I think the reason why Diddy is doing this bail right now, because he's testing the temperature of the judge. Very smart by Diddy's team. Very smart. Very smart. And here's the situation right here. The president of the United States is under so much stuff right now with the Epstein files, he can't even risk it with Diddy right now. Let me repeat myself again. The president of the United States is under so much pressure right now with all this Epstein stuff and the heat he's getting from that. He can't even really touch this Diddy stuff. He got a situation going on over there that's so big that thing don't taking up the whole media. Now, again, I'm gonna tell y'all this: if the judge grants Diddy bail, he ain't going back. He ain't gonna see back inside of a cell. I'm telling y'all this. he gonna get probation, time served, probation. He gonna walk if the judge grants him bail. If the judge doesn't grant him bail, that means the cake been baked for Sean Diddy Combs. That means either more charges coming, cake been baked, or they gonna hit this nigga with some time come his sentencing. And they don't have no plans on letting him walk. Right? So again, this is all in the hands of the judge. What do the judge know that we don't know? Because I told y'all the judge know a lot that we don't know. The judge knew, and here's how I know the judge knew that there was superseding indictments coming down on Diddy. Because he was talking about it in the pretrial hearings. The judge was letting us know in the pretrial hearings. The judge was saying, the prosecution, you guys have a superseding indictment y'all got coming out working on, and they say, oh no, we're not ready for it yet. We're still investigating Diddy. Go back and read the paperwork. So the judge knew when they was working on different things. He already knew. Remember, a lot of these times, these judges do know because of what? they have to go to the judges at times to get approval with certain things. Sean Diddy Combs smart as hell. He testing the temperature in the room right now because he getting ready to find out what are they doing. Think about what I just said to y'all. And Diddy's lawyers ain't been doing no interviews. His lawyers, you haven't seen. If this was over with, you better believe Mark Anglifo. Now he can still wait till sentencing, so he's smart anyways not to say nothing really much in the media outside of what he said outside that courthouse, because he still knows sentencing got to come, so they can't really, go that crazy because the judge could hold that against them, even though he's not supposed to. He can still say, oh, "Okay, y'all trying to be funny." So that's why his lawyers are in my opinion, are very quiet, right, and smart, very smart. Very smart. But I think this is very smart by Diddy's team, because Diddy's team is checking the temperature out here. They trying to see, hey man, look, what you thinking? We did the program. See, he did the program in the jail in the MDC. They talked about him doing the program, right? So now we want bail again. Now this gonna let them know what really is going on. These guys are very, very smart. Because think about this. Why wouldn't Diddy just wait another month and a half to his sentencing? Why would he file for bail again right now? Like, I got to get out now. Diddy's team, very smart. Very smart. They're looking at something. They looking at something, and they saying, hold on, man. We need to find out what the hell going on right now. And I don't know if it's something going on at courthouse, or what's going on behind the scenes. The government have been quiet, and they steaming over that situation, right? So we gonna find out, man. I'm gonna tell y'all this right now, though. I'm gonna call it straight down the line on my channel. If Diddy gets bail, I don't think he's gonna see the inside of that jail. I don't think they're gonna. I don't see them giving him bail and then just coming right back with more charges in a month or two. Not gonna happen. If they give him bail and let him walk, they won't come back with more charges until after Trump's out. But then again, I don't think they even care. I think they'll still come back with charges if they want to. Because what that would do is hold him again for a whole nother, a whole nother time up until he can fight whatever that case is. So Diddy's team, very smart filing. Check the temperature of the judge after he did this program. See where the judge is at. See what the letters that have come in. Because a lot of people have been writing letters secretly to the judge as well. For Diddy and against Diddy. Let me repeat that. A lot of people have been writing letters on both sides. Right? Diddy's had people in his family. He's had a lot of people write the judge. There's been a lot of people who have wrote the judge against Diddy. So they really going to get the temperature of what this judge is feeling and what is going on behind the scenes. And sometimes Diddy's lawyers might know, and they might not even be saying nothing to the public. They may know that something else could be coming down, but they may say, hey, look, man, we want our guy out right now. Because like I told y'all, in the prosecution's filing, the prosecution is saying that Diddy is a threat to witnesses. How could he be a threat to witnesses when the case has already been decided? How is he? There is no more. Think about this. How is Diddy a threat to witness tampering if there ain't no more witnesses in this case, unless you got another case coming? And some of these people are witnesses, or some witnesses are out here that they feel like if Diddy gets out, he can tamper with these witnesses. That's the only thing I can think of. That's the only thing I can think of. Right? So you guys definitely let me know what y'all think. Diddy saying he a changed man, and he's saying that he wants to get his life back and move on with his life and do what he got to do. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what's going on when the judge ruled on this case. Because, like I said, we'll see. I think, like I want the last time I'll say it again, I believe if the judge gives Diddy bail, I don't think Diddy gonna see no jail time. I think he gonna get probation. It's time served. I believe that if Diddy gets rejected bail again, that the cake been baked, and that you'll probably see either another indictment coming shortly after this against Diddy, or you're going to see him get some time. Meaning that it's going to be significant enough time to where they're not going to just say, "Hey, man, we're going to let you walk and give you probation for 2 or 3 years." So we're going to see how it works, right? And what goes down. And that's just the truth about the situation. You guys, y'all let me know what y'all think. Like, share, subscribe. Salute to everybody for tapping on in. The links is all in the description box below. I appreciate everybody in that down there and below in the description box. Y'all already know what it is, man. Y'all make sure y'all go get that 8 Weapons album, The Greatest. That link's in the description box as well as all the other links. If you guys want to support this channel, man, Cash App, PayPal, subscribe to the podcast show website, get the free membership to the website, get you the weight loss formula. All that's down low in the description box. Y'all make sure y'all go check that out right now. That's for all the real supporters and real followers of this channel. Salute to all of y'all. Y'all smash the like button, share the video, like the video. Let me know what y'all think, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. Peace. Hey, I really appreciate you guys for supporting the channel, supporting the network. Like, share, and subscribe. Once again, there are links. Get the free membership on our website. That way you guys won't miss any of our news update stories or videos. They're all on the website, ticketvmedia.com. You go over there. You can go right to the members part and become a free member. That way you guys will get all the updates. Also, straight drought weight loss formula. Make sure y'all go tap in and copy some of that, as well as subscribing to our podcast show. Link will be pinned at the top of the chat down there below. And also, we just appreciate all y'all who support the channel. Cash App,